Hello. I am at the inking stage, which is really exciting. So I've brought myself a selection of tools, and they're all felt tip pens. They're all sort of the same vibes. So I got my two microns, so an 05 and 01, so one of them is thinner than the other. These have archival ink, so they're like good for any kind of art purpose. Two thicknesses. And then for things that I don't want to stand out quite so much, I have this array of Faber-Castell felt tips in different colors. Couple different sizes, mostly small, one fine. And these are also light fast waterproof. Just somehow they've made India ink orange. So these are like responsible choices. In my sketchbook, I use this Muji pen. It might still be my favorite, but I have no idea about the archivalness of these. They're ballpoint gel pens, so could go either way. But yeah, so it is time to throw some line work on these friends. Just kind of move stuff like my palette and my water dishes just kind of out of the way, because this involves some arm movement. Okay. So I've zoomed in a little bit as well, because this can be fun. I also have this white pen. This is a Uniball Signo. These have white pigment ink in them. This one's the angelic color, which is a little bit less opaque, but still opaque enough, I gotta say. And it's a fine, fine tip. I have also used their thicker, more opaque line, the Uniball Signo Broad. And yeah, pigment ink, UM153. It's white. These are great. This one still has ink in it, but the tip is just kind of sketchy. I can't get it to draw more than a couple of lines at once. So I feel like it's just old and I should probably buy a new one, which is too bad. I might be able to just get refills. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're great, and they are also archival. I've been using them for a while, but the person who told me that they are archival and good for fine artwork was Stephanie Law, who uses them a lot in her own watercolor work. And that was just really cool to hear. All right. First order of business. Our buddies. Actually, the first thing I think I will outline is this tree. The felt tips are really nice. They just glide over the gouache. The ballpoint can sometimes get kind of bogged down in the thicker paint, so I feel like they might not quite be as dark as the ballpoint, but it could also be my viewing angle. So because I want this to be one shape, I'm not doing any interior details in line work. This is just one big foreground shape. Hello, friend. I'm inking. It's probably not easy to see. I'll move this around as I move around. Using my tried and true microns. my first webcomic I did with watercolor, Micron, Pentel pocket brush, and these Uniball pigment ink white pens. And I did it on those pads, I think Canson makes them, of manga comic book page paper. Because that's what I had. It worked out pretty good. And turned out I used archival materials. That was an accident. But a fortuitous one. Give me just a sec. Just adjusted the focus a little bit, hopefully, in a way that is helpful. I've been talking with other folks in the watercolor groups I'm in, and I've done a few pieces in the past year with line work on watercolor or gouache. And, you know, whether it's like sort of a cleaner pen line or a scratchier, more textural pencil crayon line. And I've really loved how they look, but then I keep sitting down being like, this is going to be another line work piece, and way over rendering it to the point where like line work would be kind of redundant. Or just kind of add noise. So this one is probably approaching that line, but I'm doing the line work anyways, because I said I would. And honestly, I do think it looks good. Even in situations where the paint has gotten to be quite a lot. But it's been very easy to like just not do it and be like, no, this is a, and I don't really believe this, but my subconscious has been saying it, real painting. So I'm not putting line work on it. It's not a great attitude. I don't actually feel that way. But that's where my head's been at. So I thought I had some 03s, which is sort of the size between an 05 and an 01. Turns out I have 05, 01, and then a half of this size, which is pretty tiny. I do have several 01s at least. I do have a 1. That's kind of dead. Oh, I do have a 3. There we are. This is called preparing for your stream ahead of time. Okay. Just check that it works. It has ink. Some of these do dry out eventually. Also, the tips get all smushed. That looks good to me. Okay. Let's ink this little friend. So one thing you're going to see me do is rotate things. R.I.P. This is the true process. Also, I'm not taking that tape off until I am a hundo sure. One thing I realized, you know, that taste to capabilities sort of roller coaster you go on, where like first you decide, you learn what you want things to look like, you learn what you like, your taste improves, and then you have to kind of drag your arm along with it. I've discovered that for me has been a roller coaster that includes sort of topics specifically. And for the past while, I've been feeling like my taste in stylized faces, cartooning, that kind of thing, has improved, and my ability to draw them has not yet caught up, and that sucks so much. So like, I don't mind that face. I know it's not empirically a bad face, but I aspire to such absurd heights. Also, I think I lost a little bit of the head there. Which is why we're leaving the tape on, because I can paint gouache over these pens. And believe me, friends, I will if I feel like I need to. Yeah, it's hard, eh? And like, I realize that, especially in cases with clients, it's like they bought my services based on work I've already done, not based on some psychic connection I maybe am trying to have with them about what I aspire to be able to do. They don't fucking know that. They have no idea. Right? And I can just chill the hell out and not panic about it. But easier said than done. Also, to be fair, both of these poses I drew on the page and then painted over almost immediately and then had to make up and paint. So, you know, a little forgiveness for myself would go a long way. And the dog is back. I know I'm standing near the door, Romka, but it's... I mean, we've been doing this for hours and I still haven't opened it. His faith in me is incredible. I hate to let him down, but we're going out in less than an hour, little dude. It's gonna be great. The nice thing is to be able to sort of solve some of my own drawing problems in the ink stage. Sometimes I can. I could have done it with the hair, but I did the opposite. Boy, it's hard not to fix it immediately. Boy, I'm gonna fix it. I'll just forget otherwise. Okay. All right. This looks more head-shaped. It's not a good haircut. This person does not have a stylish haircut. I'll work on that. Or I won't. Maybe it's in character. Be a little schlubby. Aw, thank you. Not really sure what I'm going to do about the water. I kind of liked the light green as a possible water outline. This guy. Oh, the focus isn't going to change. So it's white and a little bit yellowish, which I think works for foam. Thank you. There's toes. I've drawn toes. Might not get the inking done. It's a lot of inking, there's less stuff in this scene. Alright, fish. Well, the line work really helps on the fish. Fishy, 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 fish. I feel like the creatures in the first painting I did with these two are better designed. But that's okay. Sorry, now that I'm drawing, I'm putting a lot of weight on this, and it's just kind of like sliding around in and out of focus. Maybe I'll turn autofocus back on. That should get us a little bit better results. I might just focus on my hand, but we'll see. All right, the hair's dry enough. I can re-ink. Okay, I'm going to take the heavy line work back on this fish to here. God, the line work really helps. Yeah, yeah, I hope it's part of the viewing experience. Thrilling experience of watching Shell just slide things out of focus. Yeah, the line work helps so much. It was really hard to trust myself. I think that's it. Like, I have to trust that future Shell will get it together. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes future Shell does not get it together, and a painting just falls off the rails. And that's just the reality of it. So, fair concern. But I'm glad that I got this far, and I am trying the lines. One of the things I feel like is going on as well as the painting is quite colorful, even in its limited palette. But the lighting, because it's already dark outside, kind of sucks. And it's definitely not showing it off in its best light, as it were. So... ruffles are hard. these roughly complicated fish. Next time these things are meeting a slime, one blob. I can do some fancy painting and then the outline is just like a square. They say that you want to make things easy for yourself. And for me, that means rotating when I ink. Quite a bit. A sentient hand bone sounds very easy to draw. I love it. How will we know it's sentient in the drawing? I will title it, Two Wizards Meet a Sentient Hand Bone. And then we'll all be on the same page. I think that's everything I'm going to do with this one. So now we'll go down a size. Micron, archival ink, 01. It's a 1/4 millimeter line. What are our titles for, if not to explain things you didn't feel like drawing? Pretty sure that's what art school taught me. One long, ruffly fish. I will say the main challenge of streaming more than once a day is that I don't get to listen to any of my favorite music because it's copyright. And I might end up, this might be a bad idea, but I might try wearing my headphones, listening to my own music, and then playing gentle music in the background for y'all, and then trying not to sing along on stream. This might be a bad idea. It might still happen. Okay, the paint on this guy's face is so thick that the pen is sticking in it even when it's dry. Are you saying that because you'd be down to watch me forget I'm on stream and enter karaoke mode? And humiliate myself live on YouTube? Because that's not very friendly. Anyways, I know you don't mean that. I don't know. I'll probably get to the point. Unfortunately, as much as I like lo-fi hip-hop and classical music, none of them are heavy metal. And this is the stage in the painting where I would love something a little bit more stimulating for my brain out of a desperate need to stay conscious as I do boring inking. I knew it. I knew it. Friends only want the best for me. If I'm going to humiliate myself by doing karaoke on the internet, it will be on TikTok. Right? We all agree that's where you do that? There is, yeah. The app I'm using on my phone to stream at a higher resolution. So there is royalty-free metal, and I would not call it good. It's not bad, and if it's like in the background of a car commercial, right? Or you play it for 30 seconds over a like loading screen in a game, not even 30 seconds, 15 seconds over a loading screen, it's fine. But they're generally not songs. They're generally just kind of like making metal noises and just continuing the same way that lo-fi hip-hop is kind of like chill hip-hop noises, without necessarily having a ton of song structure in it. Same shit. And I don't listen to metal because I just want to rub an electric guitar on my ears. I like it for the narrative and the structure, and like the thing is, I haven't listened to all of it. I'm sure there actually is some good stuff. There are people making awesome music and releasing it for Creative Commons. But the other thing is, like, for a stream like this, I don't think you want intense music, right? For the watching experience. And then also things as complicated as songs can actually be kind of distracting, especially if I'm trying to talk over them. So I don't know. I don't think it's like a great fit as far as musical genres go for streaming. Like, I know that I have some metalhead friends who would listen, but also metalheads don't agree on metal at all. And so the stuff I'd play on the stream, it's really narrowing my audience. And I don't listen to metal because I want to, like, inflict it upon everybody I know. I want to inflict it upon myself regularly in high volumes. But yeah, I don't think it's a great fit. But I do find, like, for me, inking, and this is a fast inking process compared to like just doing a black and white piece, but this kind of like rendering and inking is when my brain really needs that extra stimulation that a narrative song can kind of bring. So oh, my dog farted. How could you do this to me? He looks unrepentant. I don't think he feels bad at all. Yeah, you, buddy. Yeah, no, he's happy with the choices he's made. Sometimes he farts and he scares himself and he runs away. That's really funny. None whatsoever. Just senses a vague alarm. Yeah, sorry about the lag. I have it on, unfortunately, fairly high latency because I'm streaming over Wi-Fi and I'm trying to stream at a higher resolution. So occasionally it gets a little fucky on the buffer. So I might start trying slightly lower latency because it is a heck of a lag. It's like a full 5 to 8 seconds, I think. I think where seams are on sleeves, on like a wool coat, kind of on the back. Alright, there's wizard number 2. All the fish have been... Oops, forgot some fins. Alright, all the fish have been inked. Let's do some rocks. Trying to decide if I should use black line work on these rocks and let these guys be lighter. If I should switch to the brown. The brown's pretty dark. I think I'll switch to the brown. Oops. Problem with these pens is that they have an enormous array of colors, and the more I use them, the more I think I can justify just buying so many of them. And I can't. I don't need that many. I only need a few. Everybody can chill. They are really fun. My fridge just started making a weird little buzzy ticky noise. Someone would tell me if that meant it was going to explode, right? Someone would psychically inform me, hey, your fridge is going to explode. I think the brown is working out good. It's a subtle drop back in intensity, which is what I want. Cool. Yeah, I feel like this is working out pretty good. In terms of line work, I mean, God, it helps so much. It's just wacky. It's really wacky how much it helps. I think art school, fine art school, not the part where I learned how to do concept art. Well, maybe even that part actually, because there's such a push in perceptions of what concept art is towards really beautiful painterly stuff. And that's all well and good. There's certainly demand for that at high level in the industry. But it's not the only thing people make art or video games of, so. Switch to, this is a gray blue. So here's where I was trying black and the brown, and this is the blue. It's a lot lighter. I think it'll do the trick. Let's do some more rocks. Background rocks. Simpler outlines. But yeah, I feel like I was really putting pressure on myself to. So I've known for a while I'm not ever going to be a photoreal painter. That's just been a thing I know in my heart. You know, I sort of did enough school to see how, you know, what the route there kind of looked like, and decide that I'm not interested enough in that, you know? It's just not my jam. Nobody's fault. And not a comment on how cool it is, because it is really cool seeing what people can do with paint. Holy shit. But it's just not something that holds my interest. And it is an awful lot of work. So I've accepted already that that is not my path. But I think I was really still sort of putting pressure on myself to become an incredible painter on paint alone, right? I like paint a lot, right? Like I can confirm this is a fact about me. I think painting is fun and good, and I find great material satisfaction in the tools. What color am I using for the trees? Green. Green it is. And I'm going to keep painting with and without lines. I'm sure I'm going to continue to paint without lines. But I think more than a painter, I'm an illustrator. I just want to figure out how to make the image do what I want it to do more than anything else. And that means I should probably try and let go some of my preconceptions around what those images are supposed to be done with, right? Like what my materials are supposed to be. Because I think that's a trap, really, at heart. And I know lots of people that would confirm this. As a trap, and would tell me that, like, it's important to focus on your goals and what the image is doing. And like in concept art, it's important to figure out how to communicate your idea and not at all to worry about the purity of the process or anything like that. But God, that's easier said than done when you're all up in your own head on a personal piece. Romka agrees. Bump, bump. I feel like that tree has about as much structure as I expected it to. Hello, welcome back. I think it's very important that I ask, because my face is very close to the phone right now as I ink. I'm really leaning in. Can you hear me breathing? I don't want that. But it occurs to me that it might be a risk. You'd tell me, I assume, if I am. Breathing audibly into the mic on my phone. Someone would mention it. I choose to believe. Alright, we got some background line work. I've got 3 to 4 minutes left before it is dog time. So let's go with the white paint first. And by paint, I mean pen. You can see it's pretty nice. Hells yeah, subtle breathing. That's what we shoot for here. Well, I can confirm that this looks really pretty. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the white of the pen is really showing off how mint colored a lot of the foam that I painted is. Just by dint of the white gouache sort of picking up the green water underneath. But it looks so nice. I would love to be someone who had kind of a fixed process. You know, and I understand that I'm not currently, and that could change. You can hope. But I feel like I have all these methods that I figure out, and I enjoy the process of figuring them out. And then I pretty promptly never use them again. That is my way. And it would be pretty cool to be someone who, you know, had a process that they used more than once. For the mental load lightening alone, right? But then also for the, like, I would have a portfolio of things that look related. Which I definitely currently feel like I don't. Every time I do a piece, I feel like I learn something new about the process and then I change it. And that's just my way, I guess. So will I ever use this process again? I can't promise that. But it's been really fun. And there's parts of it I find I'm really happy with the result. The kind of like painterly bits and the graphic line work, I think, can do some really interesting stuff together. Unfortunately, I have to stop, and it kills me to stop with this not finished because it's close, but it's not done in the next 3 minutes close. So I'm going to call it. I hope this was a fun watch. Thank you for joining me. I probably won't be doing this again tonight, but hopefully tomorrow morning I'll get it done and move on to a week worth of plein air paintings, maybe even in the same style, but let's not jinx it. Thanks for the company. Have a great evening. I will see you all on the internet. Bye.